Hi everyone, Jelly here, and welcome to a nail polish video. This video is going to be the launch day video for my brand Prickly Pear Polish and our first collection, which is our Valentine's Day trio. Underneath all of my nails for this manicure, I am using the KB Shimmer Filling Groovy. I also use KB Shimmer's Clearly on top for this manicure as well. Those are definitely my favorite base coat and top coat to use. I find them really easy to work with. My filling groovy is a little bit on the thicker side. I did add some thinner to it recently, but I do still think it needs to have a little bit more in there, just make it more malleable, but it still does its job. So the first polish that we use on this for this manicure is the cupcake phase, which is the baby pink jelly. As you can see on that first coat, it is kind of sheer, and you can really see the difference in just that little bit where I turn my finger to get the other side covered. I really like this polish because it is a really nice jelly. It levels out really easily, and I personally feel like it doesn't leave those uneven lookingness that some jellies can do, especially if you're not as careful with painting your nails as well. I do use this as my base color for all my manicures for this. As you can see, I start with one coat just to add the base down. Once I finish adding the base, the next thing I do is take a dotting tool and I pour a little bit of Frosty Blush, my red polish with the blue shimmer, onto a silicone mat. And I use that dotting tool to create little dots on my nails. At first, they kind of look like little cherries, but as you can see after I add dots that they are not cherries, but they do indeed become hearts. I don't have a rhyme or reason when I place these dots. I just do it wherever I think it looks good. Different nails get them in different locations, different amounts. As you can see, I change my angle a little bit depending on the dots. Then I take a detail brush with a small brush and I go through and I fill in the hearts. That first heart is a little bit hard to see because of the light, but once I do the second heart, it's definitely a lot easier to tell that these are hearts. I really love how these two colors look together. I normally do not like red and pink together. I feel like it is a little bit harsh on the eyes, and I know there's plenty of people that agree with it. But I feel like this pink is so pale enough and the red is saturated enough that it doesn't make too much of a difference. And I do think that blue shimmer helps cool it down a little bit as well, which helps bring it out. After I make the heart, I poured a little bit of Blinging Love onto the silicone mat so I could get the hearts as well. For these first couple of nails, I did end up placing the hearts over the first heart just to give it a little bit more of a background. I just thought that looked really nice with the silver holographic heart with the red background going on, and I feel like that would help the heart underneath come through a little bit when I do add that second layer of cupcake phase on top. When I do that, you can see that it is still light enough that you can definitely still see the red hearts underneath, but it ends up giving them like a bee in the background kind of look, which is what I was going for with it. I especially loved how the end result is, and I hope you do too. To me, the end result looks like a love potion. After I go through and add the second coat of cupcake phase on top of everything, I did go back and make more little red hearts on the nails. In these images, you can kind of see on the hearts there are little black dots on them. Those are the micro glitters from the polish themselves. Sometimes they just came out on the hearts. And then for the second round of red hearts, I just placed them in the open space around. I decided to only do one heart for the second layer. Once again, going in with that detailing brush to make the little heart details stick out. And then the third heart. Once it had a chance to dry down a little bit, I went in for that third coat, and then you can see those first hearts definitely melted into the background a lot more, and I do think that just adds such a nice little pop of color, a little bit of a difference. You'll be able to see it on my ring finger especially in a little bit, because I did kind of mess up that first manicure, but we'll talk about it when we get there. So right now I'm adding that third coat of Cupcake Face just to bring the bottom hearts into the background and the top part more in the background as well. And I do that for all my nails for this manicure. You can also see that even with those glitters that were on the first layer on top, that the holographic shine still shines through a little bit, which I think is really nice. Before I design the hearts, this time I take some of the regular small silver and black hex hollow glitters and I put them on top just to give it kind of more of a bubbly feel to it, and to add a little bit more color to this manicure, give it a little bit more sparkle as well. I really do like how this looks over the two colors. I think the silver and the black hollow just really helps make it a little more unique while also giving it a little bit more flair. After I go in with my glitter topper, I go in and add more of those silver holographic hearts on top. I just wanted to make sure I had at least one on the top foreground so you could really see the difference and just how shiny these are. This is where I end up having the mess up. I didn't realize when I first did this that I had two hearts on it, which caused the hearts to get pushed underneath. You can probably tell with how I'm moving my hands, I'm kind of panicking a little bit as I'm trying to remove that second heart, but it's not working. I ended up completely butchering that nail at the end. You can see I tried to fix it, but it doesn't work. So here is a sped up version of me going through and redoing that nail. Once again, adding a new layer of the red heart and then the silver glitter. And then on my index and middle finger, going back and adding one more heart to it. You can really see on this ring finger as I'm going through and fixing up the details just how the layering works and just how it really makes it look more like a love potion as I go through and add these different colors as well. Once again, adding the silver hearts wherever I feel like it, and while I'm waiting for that to dry, I do add KB Shimmers clearly on top to the nails that are already done. One more layer of Cupcake Face and one final red heart and silver heart. And on top of that, I add some more of that black and silver holographic hex glitters on it. I like that they're small enough that they don't take away from the design, but still big enough that you can see them, and add a splash of color. Here is the finished manicure with bottle shots of all three polishes. They are now available in my Etsy shop, link below. If you like what you saw, please like this video. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. Subscribe so you can see when I post a next nail or let's play video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!